If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. Patience is a rare commodity in the modern NFL, where fans, coaches, and executives alike demand instant results from every draft pick. Teams want immediate contributors, while social media and constant highlights have only heightened expectations for new players to perform as soon as they step onto the field. For rookies and second-year players, this environment can be both motivating and unforgiving, creating an atmosphere where every mistake is magnified and every success is scrutinized under a microscope. The reality is that adjusting to the NFL is never straightforward. Some athletes make the transition seemingly overnight, while others must grind through the process, learning how to cope with the speed, complexity, and mental intensity that professional football demands. Cleveland Browns wide receiver Jamari Thrash falls into the latter category, illustrating that development can require time, patience, and meticulous focus, especially for players who struggled with consistency during their rookie campaigns. Thrash's rookie year, in many ways, mirrored the typical challenges of a second-round talent trying to carve out a role in the league. Hailing from Louisville, the young wideout entered the NFL with undeniable potential, but translating that potential into tangible production proved challenging. He appeared in 9 games during his debut season, yet his stat line, 3 receptions for 22 yards, did little to reflect the work ethic and talent he brought to training camp. Beyond the numbers, drops plagued him both in practice and during live games, undermining his confidence and slowing his development as a reliable target for the Browns quarterbacks. Understanding that he needed to address the fundamentals of catching, Thrash set out to make catching the football his off-season priority, focusing not only on physical repetition but also on the mental adjustments necessary to thrive at the professional level, embracing a process that demanded patience, discipline, and a relentless drive to improve. One of the most significant adjustments for Jamari Thrash came from the physical differences between college and NFL footballs. The pro game presents a slightly wider, heavier ball, which can disrupt timing, hand placement, and overall consistency for young receivers. Thrash admitted that this was a major factor in his struggles during his rookie season. He dedicated himself to mastering the art of reliable catching, a skill that sounds simple but requires thousands of reps, attention to grip mechanics, and training the hands and forearms to respond instinctively under pressure. By incorporating exercises like squeezing tennis balls to strengthen his grip and repeatedly working with a jugs machine to replicate in-game passes, Thrash built a foundation designed to translate into real performance on Sundays. This meticulous approach highlights how incremental improvements in practice can transform a player's in-game reliability, a lesson every NFL coach preaches, but few young players fully embrace without significant dedication. The results of Thrash's off-season labor have been impossible to overlook. Throughout training camp, coaches and teammates have remarked on his newfound dependability, and his confidence on the field has noticeably increased. No longer the inconsistent rookie who struggled to hold onto the football, he now presents a trustworthy option in the Browns' receiving corps. Observers have noted that his route running appears sharper, his focus during drills is more intense, and his ability to anticipate defensive schemes has improved. Even more crucially, these gains have carried over into preseason games, where performance is the ultimate litmus test for young players fighting for roster spots. The combination of improved hand-eye coordination, mental processing, and repetition has allowed Thrash to demonstrate that he is not only committed to improvement, but capable of translating off-season work into meaningful contributions during competitive action. Preseason games have offered a clear window into Jamari Thrash's progress, and the evidence has been compelling. Against the Philadelphia Eagles on Saturday, he recorded 4 receptions for 43 yards, including 3 critical third-down conversions that sustained drives and energized the offense. The week prior, he had managed 2 catches for 9 yards against the Panthers, a modest performance that nonetheless indicated incremental improvement. These games reflect more than just statistics. They illustrate the emergence of a player who has internalized the lessons of his rookie season and applied them under live-game conditions. For the Browns, a team navigating limited proven depth at the skill positions, Thrash's reliability provides a significant boost to offensive versatility, while for Thrash personally, It represents the tangible reward for a grueling offseason spent perfecting fundamentals, embracing patience, and focusing relentlessly on skill refinement. Experience also brings clarity, and year 2 in the NFL offers young players like Jamari Thrash a chance to approach the game with a more seasoned perspective. Whereas rookies often struggle to process the speed, complexity, and mental demands of professional football, second-year players carry a baseline familiarity that allows them to concentrate on refining rather than just surviving. For Thrash, this has meant focusing less on absorbing a massive playbook for the first time or trying to match the pace instinctively, and more on honing route precision, improving hands, and understanding timing with the quarterback. He now approaches practices and games with an appreciation for what preparation and repetition can yield, allowing him to focus on execution instead of being overwhelmed by the transition. This intellectual growth is as critical as physical improvement, as the mental component of the NFL often separates the good players from the great. Thrash himself acknowledges the contrast between his first and second years, emphasizing how the absence of a true offseason during his rookie campaign made development more difficult. Rookies often jump straight from college seasons into mini-camps, which compresses the timeline for adjusting to professional standards and speed. Thrash recalls how last year's learning curve was steep, requiring him to adapt to the rapid pace of NFL games while simultaneously internalizing terminology, plays, and blocking assignments. This year, with a clearer understanding of expectations, he has been able to maximize targeted training sessions, refine mechanics, and prioritize consistency in catching, routes, and reading defenses. The difference between his rookie and sophomore campaigns is a testament to the importance of structured development, demonstrating that talent alone does not guarantee NFL success without focused repetition, learning from mistakes, and consistent adaptation to the professional environment. With roster cutdowns looming, Thrash's progress has transformed him from a peripheral bubble player into a virtual lock for Cleveland's 53-man roster. His improvement has not gone unnoticed by coaches or analysts, who now view him as a viable offensive weapon capable of contributing in critical situations. In a unit that lacks depth among skill position players, Thrash's growth carries outsized importance, offering quarterback options in third-down scenarios and helping to stabilize an offense still searching for reliable production. This evolution is not merely statistical. It reflects a shift in perception, from a rookie who struggled to make an impact to a second-year player poised to emerge as a key factor in the Browns' offensive scheme. Such transformations underscore the value of off-season diligence, adaptability, and a mindset committed to continuous improvement in a highly competitive professional landscape. Even as he secures a spot on the roster, Jamari Thrash remains focused on what lies ahead, performing during the regular season. Understanding the difference in pace, intensity, and stakes between preseason games and the full NFL schedule, Thrash is determined to carry his off-season preparation into consistent production. His emphasis on playing faster and sharper reflects a maturity beyond just physical skills, demonstrating the cognitive growth required to operate effectively against elite competition. This mindset positions him not only to meet expectations, but potentially to exceed them, leveraging both technical refinement and mental preparedness. Fans and teammates alike have noticed the transformation, appreciating the combination of tangible results on the field and the intangible confidence and focus he now brings to practices and games alike, signaling a promising trajectory for a player entering the next stage of his career. Thrash's journey offers an instructive narrative about the broader NFL development process, where talent must be combined with strategic preparation, mental adaptability, and relentless work ethic. Many young players encounter similar struggles, but few embrace the minutiae of skill refinement with the level of detail Thrash has displayed, from grip strength exercises to precise catching drills. His evolution from an inconsistent rookie to a reliable offensive contributor reflects a broader truth about professional sports. Progression is rarely linear, and measurable improvement requires dedication to fundamentals. As he steps into year 2, Thrash is embodying the ideal of deliberate practice, demonstrating that patience, persistence, and attention to detail can yield dramatic results. providing fans and analysts alike with an inspiring example of how early setbacks can become the foundation for meaningful growth and future success in the NFL. Looking forward, Jamari Thrash's outlook for the season combines ambition with pragmatism. He knows the difference between the preseason spotlight and the relentless pace of regular season competition, understanding that maintaining consistency over 16 games is the ultimate test of preparation and skill. By focusing on speed, decision-making, and execution, Thrash aims to translate the meticulous adjustments from his offseason into sustained performance that contributes meaningfully to Cleveland's offensive goals. His story is a reminder that growth in the NFL is often incremental, cumulative, and highly individualized, requiring players to internalize lessons, refine mechanics, and remain mentally resilient. For fans watching the Browns, Thrash's development is a narrative of optimism. A player who struggled early now represents reliability, potential, and the tangible results of focused, deliberate effort, signaling the possibility of breakout success as the season progresses. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Chris Godwin heading to the Cleveland Browns? That's the latest buzz circling the NFL rumor mill, and honestly, it's making waves for good reason. Picture it, a polished, veteran wide receiver finally landing in a team desperate to inject life into its aerial attack. Browns fans have endured roller coasters of quarterback performances and inconsistent passing attacks, and the idea of Godwin donning brown and orange sends a thrill through the fan base. Godwin's route-running precision, ability to create separation in tight windows, and knack for making clutch catches could be exactly the injection of reliability Cleveland's offense has lacked. People are whispering about how his addition might not just be a boost to statistics, but a transformative shift in how opposing defenses approach the Browns. In locker rooms, murmurs suggest players are already imagining the chemistry with existing stars, a tantalizing prospect for coaches and fans alike. The chatter isn't coming out of nowhere. Analysts and insiders have been connecting dots, pointing to contract timelines, the Browns' obvious needs, and Godwin's market situation. He's a seasoned player who has experienced the highs and lows of Tampa Bay's offense. And the question is whether he wants to join a franchise on the rise or continue chasing championship hardware elsewhere. What makes this rumor stick is the synergy it promises. Pairing Godwin with a quarterback who thrives on intermediate and deep passing could turn Cleveland's offense into a legitimate threat week in and week out. Fans are speculating about the locker room impact as well. Someone with Godwin's reputation could be a leader, a mentor to younger receivers, and a stabilizing presence. Rumors even suggest front office discussions have been more serious than casual, hinting at early negotiations that may not yet be public, adding fuel to the fire of anticipation across social media platforms and sports talk shows. There's also the stylistic fit, which makes this potential move tantalizing for strategists and fans who follow formations and game planning closely. Godwin's ability to operate both outside and in the slot allows an offensive coordinator more flexibility than they've had in recent years. Cleveland's passing schemes could be reimagined around his strengths, creating mismatches against defensive secondaries that have previously stifled the team's aerial attack. Coaches thrive on these possibilities, and the rumor has sparked speculation about how snaps would be allocated and how Godwin might influence red zone efficiency. Conversations in fan forums range from "he's the missing piece" to "this could finally turn Cleveland into a perennial contender." The rumor mill suggests that even if the deal doesn't happen immediately, interest alone could influence other teams' strategy, forcing defensive coordinators to rethink schemes and opening the door for creative offensive plays that could elevate the Browns' season dramatically. The timing seems almost too perfect to ignore. With the NFL offseason in motion and draft strategies being finalized, the Browns front office could be looking at Godwin as a way to accelerate progress rather than relying solely on rookies and developmental players. Rumors are that scouts and personnel staff have been running film obsessively, analyzing his every route and catch from previous seasons to determine how he would integrate into Cleveland's system. Conversations with agents and industry insiders suggest there's genuine optimism about a match. Fans have taken to social media with mock jerseys and highlight reels, creating a sense of inevitability around this potential acquisition. The buzz alone has created a narrative that Cleveland is serious about upgrading its passing game. And even if nothing is officially announced, the rumor is reshaping expectations for the upcoming season. Beyond the X's and O's, the story carries an emotional element that amplifies the rumors. Godwin's personality, work ethic, and ability to remain composed under pressure align with the culture the Browns want to project. Rumors claim that internal discussions have included not just statistical projections, but evaluations of character and fit within the locker room dynamic. Fans are imagining highlight reel connections and clutch catches in critical moments, fueling a collective excitement that borders on fever pitch. Sports talk shows speculate endlessly, debating potential impacts and creating elaborate what-if scenarios that further solidify the chatter. The idea that a player of Godwin's caliber might finally step into Cleveland's offense is becoming a topic that transcends mere speculation, evolving into a storyline with narrative depth, emotional resonance, and high stakes for the franchise's future. The economic angle also adds layers to the rumor. Contract considerations, salary cap implications, and potential restructuring of existing deals all make this a plausible scenario from a front office perspective. Rumors indicate that Cleveland has some cap flexibility and could create an environment where Godwin's addition is financially feasible without sacrificing other critical roster needs. Analysts have been dissecting spreadsheets and projections, generating charts and simulations predicting how Godwin could influence passing yards, touchdowns, and overall offensive efficiency. Even casual fans have latched onto these numbers, interpreting them as proof that the Browns might be on the brink of a breakthrough season. The rumor has sparked debates that go beyond performance, diving into strategic roster management and long-term planning, which adds another layer of intrigue to the narrative that is spreading rapidly through sports media. Speculation also surrounds potential chemistry with the quarterback. Godwin has historically demonstrated the ability to build timing and understanding with multiple signal callers, which fuels the rumor that he could seamlessly adapt to Cleveland's current starter or new additions. Insiders whisper about secret workouts or off-season visits, though nothing official has been confirmed, keeping the rumor alive and tantalizing. Fans have been sharing highlight reels of Godwin's precise route running, imagining similar clips with Browns quarterbacks launching passes downfield with confidence. The rumor has sparked endless discussions on podcasts, social media threads, and live sports shows, fueling a collective excitement that borders on obsession. The mere suggestion of Godwin in the Browns' offense is enough to alter expectations and give analysts and fans something tangible to debate, projecting a season filled with potential breakout performances. Media outlets have picked up on the rumor, creating a feedback loop that intensifies speculation. Headlines, tweets, and opinion pieces hint at an imminent deal without confirming anything, maintaining a sense of mystery that keeps audiences engaged. Sports journalists reference unnamed sources, while fan communities dissect every social media interaction, looking for clues about Godwin's next move. The rumor has become a story in itself, not just about a potential player acquisition, but about the culture of anticipation and speculation that surrounds NFL off-season activity. Cleveland's name is now associated with high-level wide receiver talk, generating media coverage that might influence other teams' strategic decisions. The ripple effect of this rumor demonstrates how a single potential signing can dominate conversation, shape narratives, and elevate expectations across the league before any official news even emerges. Social media reactions have been equally fervent, blending genuine excitement with playful imagination. Fans are creating mock highlight reels, discussing fantasy football implications, and even speculating about jersey sales in anticipation of Godwin's arrival. Rumors suggest that marketing departments are quietly preparing for the possibility, aware that a confirmed acquisition could drive engagement and merchandise revenue. Comment sections and fan pages are buzzing, with endless threads debating how Godwin's presence could change play calling, red zone efficiency, and overall team morale. The rumor has become more than speculation. It has evolved into a community-driven narrative where imagination, hope, and analysis collide. Every tweet, post, and discussion fuels the sense that Godwin in a Browns uniform could be the defining storyline of the upcoming NFL season, turning a single-player acquisition into a nationwide conversation that engages fans across multiple platforms. The rumor's allure is strengthened by Cleveland's strategic needs, which align almost perfectly with Godwin's skill set. Analysts argue that his addition could elevate intermediate passing game efficiency, create mismatches against nickel and dime packages, and open up the field for complementary weapons. Rumors suggest the Browns' offensive coaches are envisioning innovative schemes and formation tweaks to maximize Godwin's impact. Even without official confirmation, chatter about potential contracts, positional rotations, and offensive adjustments fills fan forums and broadcast segments. The rumor is no longer just about a player. It's about a transformation in offensive identity, generating excitement and speculation that makes every preseason game feel loaded with new possibilities. This story has legs, and whether Godwin lands in Cleveland or not, the narrative itself has already captured the imagination of fans, analysts, and casual observers alike, becoming a central talking point for the franchise. Ultimately, the Godwin to Browns rumor embodies the thrill, uncertainty, and drama of the NFL offseason. It combines strategic potential, emotional resonance, financial feasibility, and fan excitement into a story that feels larger than the field itself. Every tweet, rumor, and analyst segment feeds the narrative, generating a sense of anticipation that is almost tangible. Fans dream of big plays, clutch catches, and a revitalized offense that can compete at the highest level. Rumors of workouts, front office negotiations, and player fits circulate endlessly, keeping conversations alive in sports media and social feeds. Whether or not this move happens, the idea of Chris Godwin in Cleveland has sparked a story that combines hope, speculation, and the intoxicating possibility of transformation, capturing the essence of why fans love rumors almost as much as the games themselves, and why every offseason buzz is dissected with relentless passion. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!